Hi, my name's Linda Carroll. I work in HR. I'm based in Brisbane and I live on the Gold Coast. So around 3 months ago, I found myself having recently ended a 7-month relationship, which was my first since coming out of a 30-year marriage. I was in a place where I really needed to do some inner work and some personal growth. I was feeling a little bit lost, to be honest. I needed to do some work on myself, that there were things that I wanted to work on in relationship so that I didn't repeat any old patterns, but I wasn't sure exactly how to approach it. And I really needed some coaching and some help to get myself to where I wanted to be. So on a day-to-day basis, I was feeling sad, I guess. I felt quite alone, and reflecting back, I was really seeking validation and wanting that from a relationship rather than finding a way to validate myself outside of a relationship. Post my marriage breakdown, I was feeling quite introverted. I'd lost confidence within myself. I felt quite cut off and disconnected from people and found it hard to relate sometimes to my family, my children. I felt quite isolated. I wasn't sure how to regain myself, who I was. I felt stuck and I didn't feel like I was really being my true self. I felt like I'd lost a part of myself. I discovered that I was holding on to really old patterns that I'd formed in my childhood and believing, stories about what other people might think about me that weren't necessarily true. And that was really holding me back from being my true self. And it was holding me back from giving myself to other people fully and completely. I felt that I was able to move towards really being able to love myself and accept myself for who I was, which then allowed me to do that with the people around me who were closest to me. That was a big breakthrough for me. The difference that I feel now is I'm finding it a lot easier to be loving and compassionate towards other people and the relationships that are important to me, and loving and compassionate towards myself. So that's been a huge change for me, being able to let go of a lot of negativity. I feel a lot more positive about my life, my future, the people who are important to me. That's something that's made me a lot happier. It's a good feeling. I feel a lot more at peace and a lot more able to achieve what I want in the future. I feel like I had some self-imposed limits and beliefs that weren't helping me or the people around me, and feel like I've been able to let go of those and replace them with new goals, new beliefs that are coming from a genuine place of love and compassion and gratitude, and that's how I want to live going forward. My children have definitely noticed that I am showing up differently for them. I'm more positive, I'm less critical, less inclined to complain and blame others, taking more responsibility for myself. And I've got boys, so they're not always that communicative, but they've really noticed that shift in me, which is great because they're the people that are closest to me. So if they can see a difference in me, then I'm hoping that, other people can as well. And if I'm able to attract a, magnificent man along the way, then all the better. But for now, I'm happy, just within myself. It was interesting reflecting on my behaviour patterns and how in control I had, tried to be within the marriage, and I assume how much that taken away from my ex-husband's ability to be a masculine man in our marriage. I really felt like I had to do it all, and that led to a lot of resentment, really killed the marriage off in the end. So now I think going into a new relationship, I'd really be very aware of that and the need to be, not just the need, but I would want to go into another relationship with having all of my feminine traits on full display and being within my feminine power. I don't want to have to be a person who is in their masculine all the time. I mean, I have to in my job from a lot of the time, and I enjoy the challenge of that, but I want to be able to go home to someone who I feel can take care of me and I can take care of them, someone who I can rely on and trust, and not have to be in charge all the time and not have to be in that masculine power. Having to confront what I did and how I was showing up in that relationship It did cause me to feel quite a lot of regret at first, and even now I can still feel it's stirring up that emotion again, because I wished I had have known then what I know now, because I do believe that if I had have known that, I would have potentially been able to show up differently, and I could have been, more successful in that relationship. But that's in the past, and I've got the skills I need now going forward to have a successful relationship in the future, I believe, and I can see it already in my relationship with my children and other people in my life that I love. Yeah, so 3 months ago, I was feeling pretty lost and alone. I felt as though I had hit a bit of a wall and I didn't know how I was going to get past it. I was feeling pretty sort of sad and a little bit helpless. And now I feel completely empowered, in control of my destiny, and really excited for my future and what I can achieve. And I just feel fairly consistent every day now that I'm on the right path and I've got a bright future ahead of me. So I'm really grateful